Taming that epic QUETZ. First one.
What is up, my ARK survivors? This is Lucy coming at you live, nude, and totally crude.
And this is Alcarin bringing you that sweet, sweet little commentary. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 4. Woot woot!
And as many of you have noticed, yes, we use a handheld mic, and pretty soon we will be getting our webcams and our mics with stands and arms, and we can do dual commentary live, and it'll be awesome, and you don't have to deal with us passing a mic back and forth.
That is totally amazing. This episode is about us trying to tame our very first QUETZ. It's very difficult. I remember it being much easier before when you have a QUETZ. So I had to tame a high-level Pteranodon, level it up, stack enough weight to be able to carry somebody with a sizable amount of trank darts. We tried this before, failed with a crossbow, went to trank darts, and we had to stack enough stamina, 2,000 at least, to be able to stay in the air long enough to be able to tame this thing. Super difficult.
Yeah, so this is actually our second attempt because, like what he said, we first tried with the Argentavis, didn't work at all. We tried with arrows, didn't work at all. And so we had to pump out a shitload more trank darts, and we had to go get ourselves a Pteranodon in order to even be able to slightly keep up with this thing and not have to go and rest up every time.
Now I think this was like a level 41, 42, something like that. It's not even that high a level. We're just trying to get a QUETZ to build a sky cage, which is that's going to come later in another episode. Yeah, getting a QUETZ is super important, as you already know.
Well, the thing was, I got super excited because the QUETZs that we had been seeing were really low level. But after doing this, once we were mid trying to tame, I realized I shot too high with the 41. We should have just tried to get like a level 4 or something, because all it was going to be is a sky box for taming other QUETZs.
And as you know, I don't know about your server, but on our server, the dino spawn rates are ×2, which means that there's not a whole lot of QUETZs in the air, and any QUETZs that are in the air are highly sought after. So just getting that first QUETZ is really difficult, and we're really pushing hard.
Absolutely. And it's crazy because the more popular the server becomes, the less you can find things. So it really is a race to try to get out there and find what you can find. And so what is it? We have probably 6 factions now at least.
Probably 5 or 6 factions. Last Sunday, I don't know if you guys were there, we had our first Carno Island tournament for season 2. It was amazing. We had a great turnout. We're super happy. We didn't hit that 10 plus people mark. I'm hoping by next Sunday we can get 10 plus people on and give out some really good prizes, but we still gave out, journeyman level and below.
Mm-hmm. So Riffrack had asked if we can give out a Geiga. And I told him I might be able to talk Alcarin in. If we have 20 plus people, we might be able to talk Alcarin into giving out a Geiga. So we'll have to see about that.
And what Lucy means by 20 plus people not logged on, 20 plus contestants, I might give a Geiga out to first place. I might, but we got to see. We got to get some more people on. Server pop's building. People are watching the videos, liking and subscribing, doing what they need to do. You guys are just rocking it. Our subs are going up. Thank you so much. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, we're getting super close and creeping up to that 200 mark. So as you notice in the video, basically you have somebody that's flying and then you have your shooter. And you want to, it's really hard in my perspective, which is the right-hand side. I'm the one that's flying and carrying Alcarin. I look in between my legs, and that's how I'm able to kind of see where it is. And he's also telling me, hey, it's going towards the water. Just kind of a big landmark so you can kind of figure out which direction to go, because otherwise they move too fast and you can't keep track.
Exactly. So Lucy can see the top area, but there's certain blind spots on the bottom. So we're kind of communicating back and forth. If he cuts left or cuts right, I'm kind of just calling those out to her. Plus, when you shoot it, it seems like when the QUETZs get scared, they flee towards water. And that's one of the worst things, is because if you knock it out over water, it's going to drown. Also, if you knock it out on land, there's a good chance that, random dinosaurs will come along and eat it when you're trying to tame it.
And their favorite spot right there in the canal Spinos all the time. I swear, I think it's the only place that Spinos actually spawn. And then same thing about Rexes. And then those freaking what are the flying ones? The Dimorphodons.
Oh yeah, Dimorphodons. Yeah, I remember we were doing the Pteranodon tame, the perfect 120 that Grindy Pirates killed. It got totally messed up. We had like 20 or 30 Dimorphodons just coming after us. And as you know, post Dino nerf, it takes a long time to kill one Dino. Imagine 20 or 30 simultaneously hitting you. Your only hope was to get away fast.
Yeah, see, and I ended up dying because I was trying to kill the Rex that was coming near the Dactyl, and it ended up hitting one of the Dimorphodons, and then they all came after me. The million of them.
Not only did it kill Lucy off the back of the arch, it then proceeded to kill her bird, which was the highest level bird we had at the time. I think it was a 104 wild or something like that. Back to what's going on in the video. So every time we get close, every time we shoot, I notice that there is some bullet drop. It feels like you have to kind of shoot ahead of your target. The darts don't land exactly where you place them. Another thing is you got to be careful not to hit the Pteranodon's legs that's carrying you. Knocking out what's carrying you is a bad idea. I would suggest bringing some shoots, but we're pros. We've done this many, many times. We didn't bring any shoots. We don't bring no condoms. We don't play it safe. It's all rough, raw, and awesome.
Okay, and so
Okay. No, we play off of it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, baby. And so when you're using your Dactyl, you want to obviously stack it to be able to maintain this with you, but you want to try not to shift as much as possible. You want to try to get there and maintain it. It is definitely a balance act because the second you have to go and stand up, you're done. It's gone. Its torpor's already back up, and you're starting over. And if you didn't make it the first time, you're probably not going to do it the second time.
And I remember a time way back when ARK first released that you could just pump stim berries, and it could keep up the stamina. It doesn't seem like, I mean, you can do that, but it doesn't seem like it's nearly as effective as it used to be. So it's really just a matter of, we had to land, we had to stam up. We're bringing another Argentavis, so when and if we do get the Quetzal down in a safe spot, we can then gather meat and protect it.
Absolutely. It's always key to bring another dino, probably Argentavises, to set them on aggressive and to either have them set to aggressive and on another bird like the Dactyl as a snap point, and then they'll go kill anything in the area, or you can have it and then you can actually go out and you need to get your prime meat and whatnot.
Going back to this, we're flying around. We're trying to, I think we lost it at this point. We landed, we stammed up, and we lost it. So it's like starting over again. I brought, I don't know how many, probably 150, 130 darts. Yeah. That's a lot. To make all that stuff, it takes time. It takes effort. It was difficult. And I think at this time, we weren't at times 10 rates yet. Were we, Lucy?
We
were? Okay. We were at times 10, but it still just feels like darts take a lot to make. We didn't have industrial forges, so metal was an issue.
Yep. I got lucky because the narcotics, Alcarin had already had all that set up for me, the narcotic part, but I did have to go get all the metal, go all the rocks, and get everything like that set up so I could make it. So that part was a little tedious. It took me probably 2 hours, but there's a spinal. Oh, surprise. But yeah, this canal is dangerous ass shit right here. And it gets foggy, and it's a horrible place, and it's QUETZ's favorite place to go.
Yep, and at this point, I think we're deciding, hey, we need to maybe give up, because once it's gone, once you start over again, you got to re-stam up, you got to bring more trank darts. The first attempt was terrible. I think you can't have primitive level weapons. Like I'm using a primitive level long neck, and I'm using obviously trank darts, and it's hard, it's difficult. I think when we first tamed our first QUETZ, before we wiped the server. We were using like a Mastercraft crossbow that we found off alphas, but alphas are so much harder to kill post-nerf. So, needless to say, we don't have very good gear. So, trank darts, it takes like 50 or something like that in concessive shots to knock this thing out. It is just ridiculous.
And he's completely correct. We hadn't wiped our server for 6 months, and so as they introduced new dinos, then it was easy because we already had the best of the best. Oh, and you can see it right there. So we did end up finding it again. But we had the best of the best. And it considerably, the quality of your long neck ends up going up and making it so it does more torpor per hit. That is a huge thing. And when you have a crappy ass gun like we had, it takes forever. So right now we're re-stamming up since we found it, and we're going to go try to attempt this again.
Definitely, definitely. So we found it again, like Lucy said. She's stammed up. She's picked me up. We're flying up to the QUETZ. And we're really hoping to keep it away from water. That's our best bet. I'm calculating how many tranq darts I have left. I think I have enough to get this done. I'm a little afraid. I've knocked these things out in the air before pre-wipe, before on the same server, and I've had it fall down. I had an alpha come after it and just munch on it before I could even get down and start taming it.
That we've had them drowned. We've had them in horrible, like we've had probably 2 or 3 on the beach. We got really lucky. One time we had it land in the snow mountain right on the edge to where nothing could hit it. It was awesome. We could barely get up there just to feed it.
Sometimes you get lucky, like you shoot it, it gets scared. Like one time it flew right into the volcano side, head first, and then it got stuck on the volcano. And we already had a QUETZ at this point. It wasn't this tame or this server. And we flew up behind it on a QUETZ and actually locked it into place against the volcano. And we were able to hold it there long enough because it couldn't run backwards because it was stuck. It couldn't fly forward, so it was right there. So we tranked it out on the side of the volcano, and then it fell on the front of the platform of the QUETZ. We were able to fly up, and it moved with us on the back of the QUETZ and move it to the top of the volcano and tame it in a safe place. That was pretty epic.
Absolutely, Alcarin. And right now, basically, you just see me. I'm just trying to tell it, and you kind of learn its movements, and you just learn to go real smooth. I don't know if it still happens, but sometimes if you move too swiftly, it'll end up, whoever you're holding, it'll drop them.
And I don't know if you noticed here on the left, I shot and I hit the Pteranodon. I am super lucky it didn't knock out the Pteranodon because that would be a quick death if I fell from this height.
Absolutely, and most likely that would mean him and I both dead, and that would suck because then our birds would be stuck in the, because it would be knocked out, so then it would eventually wake up on the ground.
Well, I mean, passed out on the ground means any dinosaur can come along and kill it. On top of the fact that, or rape it, and on top of the fact that we would be dead and we don't really have too many flyers at this point. So the issue would be we might not even be able to get back to our bodies. I mean, we could try to ground pound it, but this is halfway across the map.
Yeah, beyond halfway. I mean, it's ridiculous. This thing, like when you start out as a new survivor, you forget how big this world is because after a while when you're riding around on fast QUETZ, it just seems so small.
Last I checked, size doesn't matter. It's about how you use the world. Right, Lucy?
Absolutely, Alcarin. You're completely correct. So my favorite thing about QUETZ, which is a lie, I don't really mean this, is how they like to fake you out. Yeah. And they like to pretend that you are about to knock them out.
About to knock them out, Lucy? What were you talking about there? What was the conversation going towards?
How the QUETZs make you seem like you are about to knock them out, and then they actually keep going further and further. I wonder if it's a tactic.
Yeah, sometimes you think you're about to just get right to the edge and about to knock them out, and then they just run instead of, cooperating, letting you do what you need to do.
Did it again.
Oh, there it goes. Yep.
Absolutely. So now it's going over into the tree, so we're hoping that it stays over in this area and doesn't end up going back over the water.
Definitely, definitely. Oh, about to shoot it in the butt. One thing I've noticed, headshots do work really well on these, but it's very difficult to hit it in the head. It's almost impossible with both birds are moving, especially if there's any latency.
And at that point, the time that you do trying to get the head, you end up wasting and losing torpor that there's no point. You just need to take the body shots. If you have a good body shot, you just need to take it.
And I don't know if I said this before, but I shoot a little bit ahead of the body because it seems like as the dart's traveling, the bird's moving forward. So try to go for body shots the best you can. Wing shots don't seem to count. But I mean, explore the down there. Leave a comment. Tell me if you think that because it doesn't seem like it does any torpor. I've actually shot them in the wing and they don't even run.
Yeah, I mean, it's like how you glitch on the wings. I think they're just more cosmetic. I don't think they actually are technically even really part of the dino when it comes to the game.
So if you guys have any tips or tricks on taming that first QUETZ, do you use a Pteranodon? Do you use an Argentavis? What do you do? Do you have some special way of... oh, my God. Oh, my God. We got him down. He's in the forest. He's not in the water. There's a few dangerous dinosaurs in the area.
Okay, there's so many dangerous things here. First off, it is so much foliage. You can see all the yellow around there and all the different dinos that I'm having to fight a raptor. I think I fought a few more, a compy. There was so many things over there. It was insane. It's so dangerous and you cannot see anything. Oh, yeah.
Yep, there's a dilo, a raptor, and so basically Lucy went around spearing everything to death with her pike. And I stayed with it and made sure to keep feeding it and also trying to protect it at the same time.
So then I ended up being able to take it, but then I accidentally took I can't talk. The bird, we'll just say the bird.
Pteranodon?
There we go.
Yep.
And then the Argentavis was following it, so then it was no longer protecting. So then I had to find my way back through to give him the bird before I went out and actually did some hunting.
Now, we fast-forwarded through some of the taming and gathering. It's just because the episode is like 40-something. It's like 40-something minutes of recording. We try to keep the episodes down to 15 to 20 minutes. That's our goal. I think we're just under 20 minutes here. And Lucy's out there gathering meat, and I'm trying to protect it.
And it's insane how much I gather.
It's insane how much she gets.
Watch.
Yep.
It was insane. It was like 20 pieces or something. It was so much. And I wish that you could actually have it last longer, but, it keeps the fun of having to hunt out there. Look at that. It's 18, 19, 22. So it's 22 pieces. That's pretty amazing.
Pro tip, we didn't learn this till later. When you're moving meat, if you cursor over something and hit the T button, it moves it from inventory to the other inventory and vice versa. I thought you had to click or highlight, but you can just literally spam the T button and just move the cursor. Very, very useful. Sometimes transferring all is tedious.
Absolutely. And another really cool thing is if you're in your dino's inventory, then you can't do drop all for yourself. But if you're only in your own inventory, you can do a drop all for yourself. So it makes it so you can get rid of everything really fast.
So wait, when you can't do a drop all in the dino's inventory?
You can for the dino, but even though you can see your inventory at the same time, you can't do that in your inventory. You have to only be in yours in order to drop it all.
That makes sense. If you hit drop all with both inventories open, it could probably cause a problem. So it makes sense. Nighttime's coming. PvP gamma's turned off. A lot of people weren't so happy about that, but I think they've become accustomed to it, and they're starting to use the torch systems and the light systems. It really adds to the game, in my opinion.
I agree. People are starting to really enjoy it. Oh, and then another dilo. People are starting to enjoy the way that the server works. We're very much a voting democracy kind of server. We want everybody to feel like they have a say, and every single person is super important to us, and we just have tons of fun. And we're running a really nice active server, and we've got a couple special people that have started to join us. One of them is a really, really highly sought after Twitch user or player, whatever you guys call that lingo. Do you want to say his name?
It's Elfda Priest. I think it's Elfda Priest .tv or TV, and I think he's really popular on Twitch. He has moved to our server. I think something bad happened on his other server, and he's moved his posse or tribe over to our server. We're just having a lot of fun helping him out. He's helping us out. He's promoting, bringing people, really pushing, and it's definitely helped the server pop.
And he brought over a great group of people to join our great group of people. So far, it's just been tons of fun and tons of bullshitting. So it's just pretty much been awesome.
Definitely. Looks like because we sped this up, the tame isn't perfect. I think it got botched, probably hit a couple times, one or more times. It's at like 75%, but we still got it. We're just kind of in this to just get a Pteranodon, or not Pteranodon, to get a QUETZ. We're not really in this to try to do a perfect tame.
Exactly. Plus, it's low level. You want your perfect tame to be something at least 100, 104. And so we're definitely, like Alcarin said, coming towards the end, and it's about to be tamed because we sped this bad boy up.
Oh, yeah. I can see I got the dual perspective here. 75%. We're just dumping out all the extra berries, trying to keep it fed. I think we even miss a feed or two as far as Prime goes.
Yeah.
That's how we started running out of things to kill, I think, right?
Absolutely. It was a little insane. I mean, at this point, we were just doing our absolute best to keep this thing fed and protected and just make sure it ended up alive.
Definitely, definitely. So, yeah, it's still going fast, still moving forward. What's going on here, Lucy, from your perspective?
Well, right now, I was just double checking. I was actually going out to get more, and then that's when it actually tames in like 2 seconds, and we ended up not needing to get any more. But you can see it is definitely out of prime.
I think we got a little lazy, or maybe we spaced out a little bit. We forgot to go get meat in an interval cycle, missed a couple. Doesn't really make a difference. It's still a really good QUETZ.
Exactly. It was still a awesome QUETZ. Got lucky, killed everything in the area, and it ended up, after the first few, it ended up being super peaceful.
Yep. There's Lucy fighting on her bird. I guess it also became harder to find prime with how dark it is. I mean, you can use a torch. It just doesn't really provide all that much external light, and there was just not that much moonlight. So we're just at a disadvantage trying to find what we need. Plus, we got a bunch of access supplies that we ended up wanting to keep, which was too heavy, so we stored them on the QUETZ. I think we're coming towards the end of this video. Thank you. Wait, we got to tame it first, right?
It's about to happen right now, Alcarin.
It's about to happen pretty time soon here. We're just showing off our crossbow on the right. And I'm showing off my long spear on the left. Oh my God, we tamed it. Thank you so much. Just like, subscribe, and peace.
Peace out.